Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play, whatever this game is called, Nioh 2 on the Series GG. I hope I know the name of the game because I'm about to put it away. If I haven't figured it out yet, that it has not worked. We are, unless I happen to find that the third and final, because I don't know how many of these grilled tang sweets I actually have, but if we come to find out that the one that we're missing is in this level, then I guess we don't, we're not done yet, because that will unlock another level, which is a single arena boss fight. Otherwise, this is going to be it when we finish this level. You guys are not... I thought I evaded it, but I guess I didn't. I need to just start... I need to start using the get out of jail free card regardless of whether I think I'm about to fight a boss, as evidenced by that. I'm confused enough by the layout of this level to be... Oh, and I lost my cat friend. Oh, never mind, it showed up. Never get another chance to use up these summoner's candles, so might as well use it. So I was trying to make my way towards wherever that, there's an enemy up in an elevated position that was messing me up with its ranged attacks. I thought maybe I'd found it, and then it looked like maybe I didn't. But one thing I was saying is, let's get the get out of jail free thing applied early. So let's do that. These fights are a pain in the butt. And I just, as soon as I started attacking, he goes for that. These guys are very annoying. For one thing, their battle noises irritate me. There's a lot of stuff around here where they're just giving you two nasty enemies at the same time and no ability to isolate anyone. Which I guess is fair, because you've got this cat creature, but it doesn't really do damage. It's just something of a distraction for them. The thing still isn't dead? Oh, come on. Just die. The cat killed both of them eventually. I never got the chance to land anything. Okay, well, the point is I'm trying to clear these side paths looking for loot. Fuki's Kusarigama. Somewhere up here was an enemy that I couldn't, I was trying to fight some guys, and, I thought he would have been up here, the ranged dude. Ah, yeah, there's 2 levels. Ah, crap, forgot that you were here. Got him just before he went into main Supertron mode. That's what it's called, main Supertron mode. You are not causing this to be the yokai zone. So all these guys we're killing so far, we're getting nothing out of it, really. Except for some occasional whetstones and hand cannon ammunition. I almost used a hand cannon, then didn't, and I probably should have used a hand cannon. I guess that's part of why these fights haven't been too easy. I'm fighting them all in the yokai area, where I get bonuses too, but only if you're using yokai skills, which I just haven't been using them. Well, there's you again. I had really hoped we wouldn't have to deal with you again, but it looks like we do. It does help to have that kitty here. That's still not the one making it Yokai Realm. Alright, this is the edge of the Yokai Realm here, and there was a way up in one of these places to drop down below into a different area of the caves. But I think we might have already dropped into the quasi-secret spot. Or not dropped into it, but like it might have been like that door actually was openable. Yeah, I'm not sure where to be going. Like, I kind of want to avoid that area where I thought the level was going to end. But maybe we're supposed to fight that guy multiple times, because I thought he was like the end of the level. Not anxious to fight him now, because I've wasted a lot of resources. It seems unlikely you are the one making this place the Yokai Realm, but I mean, we haven't finished the area where we fought you. Okay. Burning through resources, but we are slowly clearing the level where Are enemies like respawning that I've already beaten, or did I just ignore you before? I guess I ignored you on this pass. Alright, Yokai Realm up here. Keep coming across new enemies. Oh, did you guys not see me before? I thought you did and we're just stuck in a weird pattern. Game? It can be very annoying to fight here because it's so hard to get the key back sometimes. Well, he's the one making it Okay, he is the one making it a Dark Realm, so at least that represents some kind of progress. Keep making our way in this direction. Run out of all my get out of jail free cards, but come up to this place. Yeah, I was like, oh, hot springs. Nope. This is just Skull Place. Surely that cool drop down area is around here somewhere. I don't know if it's worth trying to locate. I thought it just took us back someplace that we could already get to in this version of the map. Might be that this super awesome secret treat that we want is there. This is one of the secret drop-down areas. Oh, and it's taking us to a new Majima. We'll defeat the bad demons. Leave it to me. Oh, Majima, I'd like to, because I depleted all my stuff. I could also hit the shrine. I'm gonna need to hit the shrine anyway. I might as well use everything I've got. Try to keep Majima alive. Majima, I keep calling him Majima. Dojo Majima. Keep him alive. So that he can be involved in various Yakuza games. Isn't this the beginning of the level here? Okay. Threatening to level up again if I don't hurry up and figure out how to beat this level. Okay, let's skip past stuff that don't need to be fought this time. Because we did clear out that dark realm. I didn't end up finding the other side of that door, which is probably hidden around somewhere. Okay. Jima, did you get killed? No, you're here. Oh, this guy's still chasing us. Okay, I don't want him interfering as we try to do this next battle. Alright. Oh, I've got titles. Gold earned, key, yeah, let's boost our key one more time. Got a Sacred Water Shinobi box, Clay Veil of Reckoning. So we'll have one of my slots, we'll have a Clay Veil of Reckoning instead of an elixir. Just for fun. This could be a terrible idea, actually. Oh, I can't use it anyway. Because I've already got one. Okay. Okay, so we've got tougher enemies than this to come. So let's try to finish these guys off quickly. Yeah. Let's get rid of this guy, because he really shouldn't still be here at this point in the fight, okay?
What a strong frame you have. You must
I don't think we get to knock him into the water, but I think he's supposed to be the final boss of the level. There goes... Oh, Magina came back. The very next day. You just fight, you fight the main guy, I'll fight this giant skeleton over here. I'll let my, associates win the real battle. That is what happened! Okay. Toxic Slime Soul Core, got it. Well, that's a great way to end a Let's Play. This guy just shows up and gets beaten up by, Mujima here while I, and my cat, presumably. Cat left at some point. Oh no, it's back here making noise. Abacus. My item box is full. Well, none of these are grilled whatever sweets. What's going on up here? Oh, our animal friends. Batman's gone away. Now let's play. Aww. So that guy was fomenting discord amongst the friendly animals, or monsters. Thank you so much. Peace is returned. Could live together as friends. Yeah, see? And you're like, yeah, I want to be your friend, and then as soon as you turn around, he grabs your penis and pulls it off. So the friendly yokai were being tormented by that guy. And now we can go forward. Us and Mujina. This will end the mission. And the Let's Play, basically. Did a little happy dance at the end there. So that was a very special cat. It kept fighting infinitely, and they're very useful. I kind of feel bad if I'd won that fight on the first pass, we would have had one less videos in this LP, but we're up to video, what, like 874, so it doesn't really matter that much. So, it was a revenant that was leading the yokai? Well, if that is the case, it was most likely Fujiwara no Chikata. Yeah, I know it was. In fact, his name appeared. It was said he was able to get 4 demons to aid him in a revolt, though you must know how that turned out. Now, even after being subdued, he has chosen to return as a revenant to cause strife. Evidently, he has still not learned his lesson. Ah, what a tragedy. Still, with those yokai taken care of, the Nigatama should find some peace of mind once again. Yep. Soul cores purified. Oh, look, we're almost at another level of shifting level. We should really keep playing the game so I can get up to level 50. And yet, we're not going to do that. A familiar glow. How marvelous. So Sayonara's light shines forth once more. Yep, this is just fighting bosses that we've already beaten. This is fighting bosses we've already beaten. This is fighting a bunch of guys, and a bunch more guys, and a bunch more guys, and eventually fighting those bosses. Same bosses. And then the alluring ancient. No, we didn't find the sweets. So it's sad, but we're not going to get to fight Nioh Tengu, who you can go watch a video of fighting her if you want to. I even found the one I found even has her English language voice acting, and she's all sexy and sultry, and like she hits you with some attacks and is like, "Oh, tired already? Hoo 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 hoo," like that kind of thing. If you want to see it, you can. I'm not going to go through everything it would take to unlock at this point. And this video is actually going to end a little on the early side. I mean, I could easily vamp for another couple of minutes. Let's think. The original Nioh, it wasn't that great as far as story goes. And I remember seeing the now defunct, I think it's called Previously Recorded, the 2 of the Red Letter Media guys doing a video game channel, which I guess they just gave up on after a point. I enjoyed the content somewhat. I shouldn't say that sounded nasty, but like, yeah, they reviewed Nioh and they were really hard on it, but I like Nioh a lot. And I remember one of their comments was how boring the protagonist was, and I mean, some of these games just have mute protagonists, but I liked, you know, it helps, like, thinking back, now that I'm reading the novel Shogun, it helps a bit, but the idea of, like, I kind of wish he had more internal dialogue, I wish, like, the spirit Saoirse, who was missing for the whole story, it would have been kind of fun if she was around, so that that would have been like a neat kind of slightly different take. Somebody other than him, even if people weren't seeing her and interacting with her, somebody other than him who was just, the place was just as alien to her as it was to him, could talk to him as like, I don't understand what's going on with these Japanese. Well, no, there's no sense getting upset about it. We just have to do what we came here to do. No, we have nothing. Like, and part of it is it was a game for the Japanese audience that they were like, yeah, the West will dig this too. but we're not going to do anything, and I do appreciate this. We're not going to do anything to make it more palatable to the West. It's like if you are from the West and you're interested in the content, you can check it out. And I guess the idea was, well, our Japanese audience already knows enough about this place. Like, they didn't spend a lot of time really exploring the aspects of what a strange world this would be to a Westerner entering it, which is a lot of what the novel Shogun does. Um, the Anjin-san would be a fun character in future Samurai Warriors games, but I guess like they've already got a lot of characters, so they have very weird takes on them that don't fit that well. Like, Spirit of Sanada made it really hard to wrap your head around just how goofy Gracia is, considering like who she actually is in history and her actual fate. And like silly monkey boy Hideyoshi, and what's his name? Oh God, he's one of the other regent. Um, after Hideyoshi dies and they leave behind the regents. Um, they're just like all happy-go-lucky, and like it doesn't fit in with some of the terrible stuff. Now I'm not talking about this game anymore. I'm talking about Samurai Warriors. But yeah, like it'd be fun to see that character explored in this world, but in that world, but in this world, he was very minimalist. But the few moments where William actually talks, I kind of did enjoy them, and I wish we spent a little bit more time like on his thoughts about Edward Kelly. I guess what I'm saying is that game had a lot of points where I was almost into the story and they made it difficult, but like there were things about it like the story for this game, other than having no idea where it was going on the first play and wondering where it was going, the mute protagonist really hurts. Like there is no psychological foothold where you're interested in what's happening to the protagonist. Uh, Instead, it becomes the story of, I guess, Yoshi, because you are Hide. And that's fine. Like I didn't mind that part. Like him being along with us on some missions, even if he didn't help us fight, and him doing a lot of the talking in the story scenes. I was kind of okay with that and seeing like, oh, I wonder what this weird world of like twisted demons and Britta is going to make of Hideyoshi. But then when they take him away from us because he gets possessed, it really kind of goes off the rails. Like nobody who replaces him, the cat spirit, the goat spirit, Demon Hunter lady. Maybe if I was playing in English from jump, I think I missed a lot by not knowing that. Because Hideyoshi as the English Hideyoshi, like working class British Hideyoshi, was pretty funny, but not to the point where I'm going to replay through the story to see it. Um, Mumio was very boring. She could have been a lot more interesting. It hurts that not like I desperately like there must always be a romantic subplot in these games, but like yeah, if there was a male protagonist, they could have had a romantic subplot with Mumio. You could have even had a romantic lesbian subplot with Mumio if the protag was fixed as female. You could have done that. It's less likely to be the story path, but you could have. But having like you get to choose the protagonist's gender and everything about them, and they never talk, just ruins the ability. Like the other characters have to carry the story, and they never get to have interesting relationships with the protag. I don't know. I'm thinking way too hard about Nioh 2's story, and considering that the story drops off even more in the DLCs, like I was disappointed with the story aspects of the original Nioh's DLCs because what's her name? The Kunoichi doesn't follow you along. Hanzo shows up at the story. She disappears for some reason, and she had been my favorite part of the story was the fact that she clearly likes Anjin, but kind of hates all the samurai. Like she was a little interesting, and the story scenes just seem to be really few and far between in the DLCs, even when compared to the main game. But there was still a thrust to it. You're after Maria. The Date one was all right. It got stretched for the whole thing with the Sanada was stretched pretty thin across two whole DLCs, but it's obviously a game about the action and not about the story. But I still kind of there were points where I was into the story with Nioh. In Nioh 2, it's like I guess this is my final take on it. Not as frustrating because you did have the death doesn't have as much sting when you've got the summoner scandals are in Nioh 1 as well. But the chance to regain your Amrita on death makes a huge difference to how frustrating it is. You know, get knots in your stomach. I know some people want that, and they're like, well, why would you be playing this game if you don't? But I'm like, backing off on that a little bit helped. From a gameplay experience, I didn't do anything with the yokai skills that you have, but other stuff like purity and corruption weapons and the weapons they added, like there were other things about it that I liked. From a gameplay perspective, it's like this was a less frustrating experience than the original Nioh. But from a story experience, it just wasn't as memorable. And since I'm never going to play either one of them again, I can see myself thinking back with fondness on some of the silly aspects of William, the Anjin son. I don't know that I'm really going to remember Nioh 2 for very long after I put it down. And you won't remember either because you don't exist. This series is like for the JJ purists only. I've got so few people watching this one. But I wanted to finish it, and I feel that I have. I left a couple of the optional missions incomplete because I just didn't feel like dealing with all of those bosses from the third DLC over again and over again. Like, I don't need to beat a Takamaru that many times. I feel like I've done my bit with the game. It was a long LP. I certainly can't say I didn't get my money out of it. I could, you might argue that I should have stopped at the end of the main story and not got the DLCs, but the DLCs give you weapons like the fist and the split staff, which, now that I think about it, by the end I was back to using the Kusarigama anyway. But and I think the Kusarigama was a DLC weapon from Nioh 1. So I guess I should have stopped with the Nioh 1 DLC that gives you the Kusarigama. I don't know. Without the Nioh 1 DLC, we would have never met Maria and been completely underwhelmed with the fact that she's never properly dealt with the Nioh 1's DLCs, and scratching our heads even harder when they finally get her dealt with in Nioh 2 in a way where it's like, are you making fun of the fact that we weren't satisfied by the resolution in the Nioh 1 DLCs? Because that was like, it's like you're making fun of our desire for story resolution. Well, I might not be able to give you story resolution, but I can give you Let's Play resolution. So as Saoirse tells us that she's going to go recalibrate the weapons, so can we talk to her in a bit? I got to go recalibrate the weapons. I'm just going to say, may the road rise to meet you, and may the yokai be always at your back. That doesn't sound very nice at all. Bye, guys.